Smoke weed every day.
Every day it says we're live here on Facebook. On YouTube. It really doesn't matter, right? They're all owned by the same group of shitheads. So I'm going to jump over here really quick and see. Yeah, hey, look, we're live. Okay. Mr. AK first in the chat room. Good evening, sir. Howdy, howdy. We'll get going here. Let me get down here to my Skype thingy and get everybody added in that's going to be added in. J-Rod. Mr. Charlie, you're not even late, Bubba. You said you was going to be late, buddy, but you're not. You're there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Get Mr. F-Town Baller added into the show. He said he's going to come on. He's not lit yet, but he's getting close, right? I reckon. There he is. I'm going to take that call. Oh, my God. Somebody's got some serious static. Charlie, is that you?
I don't think so. I didn't move.
Okay. Is that you, JR? You there? JR? Must be JR having mic problems.
Must be JR.
Yep. He'll get it figured out here in just a minute. Mr. David F. Townball. Oh. F-Town. Grab your shit, dude. We'll try that one more time. All right. There he is. Right off the bat that time. Let's see. Lance is lit, but he said he's at a bar watching the game. So should I call his phone? Because that's where his Skype's at, and it's active. Should I call him?
Sure.
You think he'll answer at the bar?
He might.
Let's let him in here. See what happens. It'll probably start going off in his pocket. He'll answer it thinking it's the phone.
Yeah, no kidding.
This ought to be interesting. Bunch of rowdy drunks at a bar watching the playoffs. Yeah, he's not going to answer it. He'll probably send me a big finger or something. JR, did you get your mic fixed?
Yes, I have.
Need to turn it up a little bit, Bubba. Can barely hear you.
Test.
Yeah, that's better.
That's because I've got it stuck in my mouth. Give me mic up.
Yeah, Lance dropped. Okay. So he's not going to fall for the gag. What's going on, David?
What's that?
What's going on?
Fucking dealing with bed bugs, man.
I was just going to... I didn't know if you wanted to bring that up or not.
Fucking crazy. My wife is completely flipped out.
I didn't know if
she's thrown we had to throw our recliner out on the deck. We had to call a bug guy out, and he sprayed, and they're going to do a fog or a money. I mean, it ain't a bad infestation, but my wife's been getting bit for the past couple months. It's on the recliner, and no one else has. And then we finally figured out what they were, man. And we got looking on some of our couches and the seams, and yeah, there was eggs. There was.
Is it bed bugs or fleas?
We don't know where they came from. We keep our house fucking clean, man.
I was going to say, is it bed bugs or is it fleas from the dogs?
Oh, it's bed bugs.
Oh, damn.
And, if you read it, I've been doing a lot of research today, and they said that they're like 500 times more now than what they were. They're just blowing up ever since the pesticides, their shells are getting thicker to resist these new pesticides.
I wonder how they got into your house in the first place, though.
Yeah, I don't no fucking idea, man. And they've been here for a while.
Friends over, and, you never know.
I told my wife, she's, like I said, I understand. It's not you got to keep battling them like the bug guy said. He says, it might take months. He says because you'll kill a few, but then their babies hatch because they lay anywhere from 200 to 500 eggs a month or something.
Jeez.
Those have got to be some tough bugs too in that climate. They came with like little parkas and everything.
Oh yeah, well that's why they're on the inside. They were here toward the fall. That's when my wife started getting bit, and we didn't think much about it and stuff. Because my wife, she sleeps on a recliner. We don't even sleep. I haven't slept in the same bed with my wife in over 2 years. Because she's got health issues. She can't sleep lying on her back or on her side. She has to sleep in a reclined position because she's got a bad acid reflux that burns her esophagus.
Yikes.
Well, I hadn't even slept with my wife for 2 years. I could have the bed in my. I wouldn't know what it'd be like to sleep with my wife in the same bed. So she sleeps on the recliner. And maybe that's how they got there from skin cells. I don't know, man. But
JR said he's can't get on the YouTube site or what. I don't know. Reload your page, JR. It's streaming. Everybody out there hearing me and everything, let me know in the chat room. We've been hot at it for 5 minutes already. Hope they didn't miss any of that shit.
yeah, I've been using. I ordered this stuff online. It's supposed to work, and then I read a lot that rubbing alcohol works in a spray bottle. You can dilute it with water. You can use it straight.
Yeah, that's what Addie just said. Rubbing alcohol.
We're going to
kill
get
the
rid of
eggs
all
and
of our
bugs.
furniture here real soon. It's in our, we put the recliner on the deck. The guy covered it with a plastic sheet. And then, he said, your couch and your love seat isn't, we found a couple on there. He says, I wouldn't worry too much about them. He said, but keep watching for them. We found a couple after he sprayed that came out and we killed them. But, we're going to get new furniture anyway. We're just going to fucking put it back on our credit card and go further in debt like everybody else, I guess. But, we can't keep this furniture, man. It's just it just fucks with your head thinking you're sitting there with these bugs crawling around.
Nope. Makes my skin crawl just standing here hearing the story.
You should see some of the YouTube videos out there of mass infestations. Holy shit, dude.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
I've
there's
seen-
this one guy showed a bed, and it's just looked like arachnophobia just out of nowhere. And the deal is they bite you like fleas or bloodsuckers. They feed off of blood.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go after like food on the ground or anything like that. They go after, or you're the host.
Yeah,
That's what they
they-
feed off of.
yeah,
And
they-
they're nocturnal. They come out at night.
Eat your skin cells and shit.
Yeah, they come out at night. So, you see a few during the day, but the majority of them come out at night.
Yikes, man.
And they get everywhere. We're washed all of our clothes, everything, man. And, I asked the bug guy, I said, what's worse? I said, lice or these things? And he said, well, these things are, unfortunately.
Wow.
Damn it.
And he says that they have nothing to do with how clean you are, how dirty you are, how rich, poor, what religion you are. He says once you just get them in your house, he said you could just brush against somebody at a movie theater, at a mall, any
See,
public
this is-
place, and they jump on you, and then you bring one home.
This
and
is
then
exactly
there it goes.
why I don't people. I don't people. I don't
See, my
like
wife
being
works
around
at the
people.
public library, so
Yeah.
they get into library books too. We read, they can get into books and
Jeez,
stuff
oh,
like
man.
that. Movies you rent at a movie place, and just boom, you open it up, and there it is.
So whenever anybody comes over to your house, flamethrower at the door, take off all your clothes. I'm getting ready to delouse your ass before you walk through my fucking, no.
That's how it's gonna have to be, dude, because it's not cool, man. They said that it fucks with your head. You're sitting there laying in bed thinking, are these things biting me? They said you can't feel them when they bite you too. That they numb your skin before they stick before they stick their little beaks in you.
Like an antiseptic or something, yeah.
Yeah, and it ain't like a mosquito where you instantly feel a mosquito bite you. These things that they like numb your skin and then bite you and suck your blood and then move on.
Right. Nasty.
Oh hell yeah, it is, dude. It makes you feel like crap because our house is clean. We're not filthy fucking people.
Right? Man, oh man.
Yeah.
I wish you all the luck in the world with getting rid of the motherfuckers, man.
On top of what I'm already dealing with, I didn't need this. It's just like a kick in the fucking balls.
Be nice if they just freeze to death out there on the porch where you got the furniture at.
Well, that recliner, we still got the couch and the love seat in the house because they weren't that bad, but still we found a couple on there. And, my wife, she's a germaphobe big time, and this even put her over the edge, man. And she's just,
Oh, yeah.
she was crying earlier. She was,
Should be
it's
walking
like,
around with
we just got to learn to live with them, until we get rid of them. Not much we can do. We got 20 years to pay on this house. So what we're going to do, just pack our shit and leave, But they said these bed bugs are just exploding, especially out in New York City, L.A., all over.
Fargo.
They said people travel with them on planes. They go to meetings in L.A., business people, and they stay in these hotel rooms and get them on there. And then they bring them back on the plane and to wherever they live.
Yikes, man.
Can they do a bug bomb in the house?
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
they're
Is
gonna
that
do. They're gonna do a bomb on Monday. They said about 3 hours it's gonna take. And it sucks. Is my wife's got to work, but my kids are off at school for Martin Luther King Day. But she's gonna probably take off of work, and they're gonna go shopping. And because of our dog, we don't have no one to watch it. So what we're going to do is me and him are going to come down in the basement, and the bug guy's going to put a towel over the door after we shut it to make sure it don't come down here. And I'm going to have to sit here with my dog.
Tape it off.
Yep.
Get some packing tape and go around the whole edge of the whole frame of the door and tape that door off.
So I don't have a choice but to sit here with them.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to cover all your food, everything, man.
Make sure your air conditioner's off. Make sure the heat's off so that it doesn't circulate around down in the basement.
Yeah, he was already looking at the air intakes and everything, and he's like, still, that may not even kill him. He says, he spent, and it's expensive. He said he spent time with these one rich people, and they kept getting him. And the dad kept, they flew around a lot, and they couldn't kill him. And they figured out why. Is the little girl had a teddy bear she always took with her, and the thing was infested with them.
Yikes, man.
And so every time she brought it back from a trip in the house, they'd jump back off, and so it cost them $30,000 to kill them all finally.
Crap.
That guy was playing bank.
Yeah.
I said, well, I ain't spending that much, dude. I said, how much do you think? Because he says, what you've got, I wouldn't even consider an infestation. He said, it could turn that way if we don't take care of it. He said, I'll come out here 2 more times, be about $300.
Oof.
Yeah. $300 I don't have.
To shoot a bunch of fucking chemicals all over your house and shit that's probably going to hurt you too.
No, I'm more worried about my dog,
Yep.
Well, they claim that these chemicals are biodegradable that they're using now. That they're not as this is why these bed bugs are getting stronger, because the FDA cracked down on the chemicals that were used to kill them.
Well, yeah, because it was killing all the other shit around too.
Yeah,
All the
you were
good
getting
stuff.
cancer from it.
Right. So
I forgot what they called it. D something.
DDT.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess after World War II, Germany and Europe was infested with them.
My dad used to use Malthion in our backyard. I remember him using it, and they outlawed that several years ago.
Because it works.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty lethal though. Kills everything in the fucking yard. You know what I mean? All the good stuff too, bees and whatever.
Yeah, we don't need any more of that going on.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, we didn't have no fucking bee or no mosquitoes and nothing. Spiders gone, everything. Probably a couple years.
But it's like you said with these bed bugs. He said, they're hard. They'll come out. Fuel will come out during the day. He said, they really get into the crevices of like your bed. But they're not in our beds, luckily, but they're on our furniture, and they get into your crevices really deep and they bury themselves.
All right, next story. I'm gonna be fucking itching and shit if we keep talking about this. So let's move on. Woof. All right, what else you got on top of your agenda there? I know you've been battling the bugs all day, but you've been keeping up with the news.
I've been posting some stories in my group. I really, haven't really time to jump into them. It's like, I guess one thing came out here says Human Rights Watch lists Trump as threat to human rights in its campaign a vivid illustration of politics of intolerance.
Fucking wow, man. Anything against that dude. Anything, man.
House Dems are pressing the FBI on Russia, possible link to Trump camp.
It was a bullshit story. Look, BuzzFeed even said it was bullshit. A couple of guys from Reddit were the ones that made the fucking thing up. It's already out there that the whole Russian hack it's bullshit. They got some fucko up in Canada now saying that the Russians have hacked the Canadian power grid. Right? It came out right after the Vermont thing. We didn't hear a whole lot of it down here on the mainstream media. I just caught wind of it today. But it's been out there. That report's been out there for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. A week? 2 weeks. A week? A week. It came out right after the Vermont thing. That was a week ago, yeah?
It's funny tonight. Trump announced right away, says Trump plans to hold summit with Putin in Reykjavik, Iceland.
Reykjavik.
And he's going to have a very first meeting is going to be running to Putin. That's kind of suspicious looking, but it's like, I guess you got to run to your daddy, and thank him for the election. I don't know, man, but it's very suspicious that he announces that's his very first meeting.
Probably because he wants to try to squash World War III, brother. It's getting ready to pop off over in Poland. They sent a bunch of paratroopers and shit in there today.
They don't go with China before it goes with Russia.
I don't know, man. They're amassing troops on the border like a motherfucker. Why are we in Poland? Explain to me why we're in Poland.
Well, what's funny is that RT announced that we moved like 2,000 tanks or whatever, and then they said no. They,
2,500.
that a bunch of other groups came out and said, we only moved 87 tanks there. The rest were just armored vehicles.
Whatever.
And RT's trying to blow it up like we moved 2,000 tanks to the border.
They said 2,000 pieces of armored equipment is what they said.
Yeah.
They
It's
didn't say
87 tanks is all, which ain't really shit.
Well, if you had 87 tanks sitting on the edge of your property, would you be a little worried?
I don't know. Putin, I didn't think he worried about anything.
That's what it might take to get rid of those bed bugs.
Nice. But, Putin, don't, according to Putin, he don't worry about anything, So I don't know why he'd be worried about 87 tanks.
The troops that go with them and all the rounds and shit and the missiles that they got deployed every fucking place. And, we've been...
I agree with that, but Trump comes off he's not afraid of shit, so I don't know why he's so concerned about it.
Go back over your reports for the last couple of years, man. How many other times have we moved people in there?
Obama's not going to do nothing this week. He ain't going to do shit, and Trump definitely ain't going to do nothing.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm positive. Obama ain't going to do a goddamn thing.
Positive?
He's already announced and he's leaving.
Yep.
He ain't gonna do shit. I really believe that. He's gonna do a fucking thing. I think the most we got to worry about here is 2,000 protesters in D.C. on Inauguration Day. I think that's our biggest concern.
Well, I think there's gonna be a lot more than 2,000.
And the way it looks, I don't know, but it is what it is.
What a bunch of children! They are just such a bunch of children.
Yep.
Well, it's First Amendment rights. Everybody has their complaint. Everybody can file as long as they do it peacefully. You got the right to it.
Sure. But they're talking, like Jimmy posted, they're talking about busting up property and everything else. It's just
We'll see what happens. There's going to be 5,000 to 7,000 National Guard, thousands of police
with no
and
commander.
I don't see these protesters not even getting close to where the inauguration is going to be held.
They'll be in there. I'll bet you there's 500 of them or more that bought tickets. I don't even think you got to have tickets. I think that's an open forum, isn't it? Open to the public.
I don't know.
They put barricades
I
up
don't
around
know
so you
about
can only
that.
be in a certain area, right? But when Obama was there, I know all those motherfuckers didn't pay for that. They were lined up all the way out past the monument. I know all those motherfuckers didn't pay to get in there. Right?
The way I
think
it,
it's an
burn
open
this
forum.
place down and start it over again myself.
Somebody in the chat room, let us know, man. If anybody knows for certain, is the inauguration open to the general pop? Anybody can show up and do whatever, but you got to go through metal detectors and whatever. I understand all that, right? Because we got some crazy, stupid fucking people, and the whole thing's done behind bulletproof glass. I know they got the big panels up there when they're doing the swearing-in ceremony and whatever.
I say burn the place down, start it over.
Yeah, it's already on the way. That's already on the way. That's a mathematical certainty. The United
It's just
States
my
will
whole
eventually
attitude
crash.
these days. Maybe a bad attitude, but I just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even think I was going to be on here doing a show tonight, honestly, because my heart's not in it for sure.
Well, that's why I haven't done mine. Did that one the other day, and I told everybody I'm out to come on once or twice a month now just to give updates on what's going on with me, but that's about it. I see someone else on Cam Zone's already starting up with Mideast news, so they can have it.
Right.
I have nothing much to say anymore to anybody. It is what it is.
Yeah, O blocked all his presidential shit for 12 years. You guys saw that? He's
Yeah.
been writing executive orders like mad for the last couple of days. Yeah, he blocked all of his presidential records for 12 years. So I guess he's not going to build a library, huh? Because they was building Clinton's library 2 days after he left office, or two days before he left office. They started breaking ground on it and putting all of his papers and shit in there and whatever. That's how they started the Clinton Foundation, right? Bush has got a great big one down in Texas.
I like that
thing right
video
away.
you posted on Facebook yesterday from Adam Kokesh, that black magician just saying, what can you fucking do? You stay in your happy place.
Yep. I think I might play that tonight. I don't know
I
if
like
everybody
that.
caught
That
that
dude
or not.
put out a good fucking little speech.
Yeah, he did. Kokesh has really changed, When I first caught wind of that fucking guy, I really gave him hell. His dad's not too savory of a character. He's done a lot of screwing people out of their money and whatever, but Adam seems to like he's changed his stripes a little bit since I first met him. He's a different human being now. I think he went through some hard times and got some guff handed to him, and had to battle his way back out of it. So
I listen to him. I subscribe to his channel.
yeah, I do too on Facebook. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and yeah, he's changed himself a little bit. He's a different character now. I can deal with him. Let's see. You guys would miss me if I went away? Well, there might come a day. You know, I'm just throwing it out there. There might come a day where I don't feel like doing this shit anymore. I don't know if it's going to be soon or late or when, but just know that it's out there. That time is going to be out there.
It's kind of why I stopped. I just don't have the heart for it anymore, man. After 10 years, it's like, I miss talking to everybody, but it's just I have nothing to say anymore. Everything just seems so redundant.
Mm-hmm.
You can only say World War III is coming so many times.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about tonight too. You know, when I was kicking around whether or not I was going to do the show, I was like, these stories piss me off that I tweet and post on Facebook, and I get pissed off when I post them, and then 2 times a week I come on here and rehash all the shit and get pissed off again. It's hard to find good stories. I try, I look, but they don't really show up in my feed a whole lot because I don't subscribe to, happy-go-lucky shit. But,
It's not good for your aura.
Well, that's why I might wind up not doing this anymore. I might get to the point where I just don't feel like waking up feeling like shit any longer. So,
Well, it's like my doctor told me, he said, Dave, you need to be as stress-free as possible, man, because that stress just adds to your health issues. But still, I find myself reading the fucking news and getting all bent out of shape, and
yeah,
it's like an addiction.
I don't want to be caught off guard. I
Yeah,
really
that's
don't
why I
want to be caught
follow
off
the
guard.
news,
So, yeah, somebody's talking in the room about a douchebag showing up. Where's the douchebag?
Who's that?
I don't know. They say there's a douchebag in chat. So,
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Trying
No.
to figure it out too.
what'd you say, Jr.?
He goes, "It's me. Yeah, it's me." Figure out where it's at. Oh,
Oh,
right.
right on. There we go. That's all it takes.
good deal.
Yep. Bing, bang, boom. Scratch the eraser.
What's that?
They erased him out of the room. So
How do you do that on here?
I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention, to be honest with you. I know I can do it from here somewhere. I just click on one of these things over here, and it brings up the chat list, and then I can just boom, delete them from the room because it's my room. But okay, so let's not talk about any dire shit for a little bit. Let's let JR have the floor. He's got a new channel that he's going to be putting up on YouTube here pretty
Oh.
quick. And
Cool.
it's going to go over all of his springtime and summertime veggie grows. So we'll get to
That'll be
look at
neat.
some of those monster heads of lettuce and shit that he pulls out of the ground. Yeah, it should be
Well,
pretty
that's the
interesting.
plan anyway.
There we go. Hey, your mic sounds a lot better now.
Yeah, that's the plan. So, if it all pans out as it should do, then hopefully I should be having some small video diaries. But first of all, I need to buy myself a camera to do that, and I haven't
Don't you have a smartphone?
actually. Yeah, I've got a smart. Well, in fact, I haven't got a smartphone. No, I have a phone, which is not very smart.
Does he have a camera on it?
Yeah, it has got a camera on it, but it's not very good.
Oh,
I have a tablet,
well, there
so
you go.
I could use that, I suppose.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There's the guys that
Okay.
do their whole entire video channel just from a tablet or a phone. They don't have to
Exactly.
go out
It's
and buy-
getting
Yeah,
good enough. You just need to add like a microphone to it so it sounds good.
right.
And other than
Yeah,
that, it
try
would be
that.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could try that. And
Keep the
then
cost
later-
low.
Exactly. So see, I always do my stuff at minimum cost.
There you
Okay.
go.
I might be able to afford it, but there again, if I can get something dirt cheap, then and it does the job which I require, then I would invest in that and use that implement to do the job. Okay.
Right.
But other than that, I like to make do with second-hand stuff. So see, I don't like throwing stuff away or people throwing stuff away, which is perfectly good to use.
Right. I got you. I like to recondition shit when I can too. You know, reutilize old.
Exactly.
Like I go to antique shows or antique stores and stuff, and try to find old tools and bring them home and recondition them and use them. And you know,
That's what I do.
yeah,
Yeah, sure. So see, it's a shame
So
for
what,
something
what are you going
to
name
go
this
to
channel?
wait till, you know. Yeah.
What are you going to name this channel?
If you look in the chat, it's quite simple.
J Rod grows shit.
or
The UK Green Thumb.
JR shit channel.
No.
No, that's not going to work.
It's not going to be a shit
No.
channel, man. You're going to be growing some monster fucking vegetables and stuff. I've seen pictures of shit you grow, dude. It's off the it's off the charts.
Well, yeah.
So
Well, it should be, but
UK Green
last year
UK
they
Green
were
Thumb,
crap,
man.
So
I think UK Green Thumb would be a good one.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
you got to know there's millions of people out there that got channels, right? So you might have to dig around and try to find one that somebody else, somebody hadn't got already. So
it's called John's Hobbies, and it's not only
Cool John's
and I'm not only going to focus on gardening.
right?
It's going to be on art,
Oh.
computers,
Oh, well, all right.
just crafts and stuff like that.
Well, you
all
didn't
the
say all
stuff
that.
I'm interested in.
You didn't say all that
Okay.
in Skype. You said it was about you growing stuff, so that's why I thought.
Oh yeah. Well, it is about me growing stuff. So
All
see, that's one of my hobbies.
So
as
it's-
well as my
What'd you say it was now? Cool John's.
grade.
Cool
What?
John's what?
John's Hobbies.
Cool
Yeah,
Cool John's hobbies.
No, did you just John's Hobbies?
Oh, just John's. Oh, there it's your name in the room. I got it. Ha. There we go.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, got it.
Okay.
John's
So
Hobbies.
it's just a collection of art, computers, all the stuff I'm interested in. Okay.
Very cool.
If I can give the knowledge I've got back to the wider community of the planet, then it's not only helping me to give back, but it's also helping everybody else who requires that knowledge, and that's what the internet's for.
Now, in your garden, in the
Yes.
greenhouse and stuff, do you have like little green army men stationed all the way around in the flower pots and whatever?
No,
That would
we
be
have
cool.
garden gnomes.
That would be that's cool too. But the little green army men and like rocket launchers and little tanks and shit staged all over, that'd be cool. I'm just
Now we
saying.
know what Jimmy's garden looks like.
No,
You know that whole scene from
I'll
Apocalypse Now?
never
That's
tell.
Jimmy's garden.
I'll never tell.
I'll never tell.
Anyway, I just think
I
that'd be
like,
kind of cool, man.
personally in our garden, I like to have water features. So I like the sound of running water.
Me
So
too.
one small project
Unless I
this
have to
year.
pee. If I have to
is-
pee, I don't really like it too much. But,
But one small project for this year is to build a small stream. Okay, we've only got a small garden. It's about 30 foot by 50 foot.
That's
Okay,
about- yeah.
square.
that's about what mine
Okay,
is.
it's small, but in that small garden, you can put a lot of stuff if you plan it properly.
Mhm.
Okay, and
That's one thing
everything
I'd
you
like
do-
to. I'd like to.
Everything you do in gardening is
see
to do
how
with
you lay
planning.
out your
Okay?
growth.
If you plan it properly, everything will work out.
Because I know
But
certain
you must
plants have to be
timing,
planted with
planning.
other certain plants too. Otherwise, they kind of inhibit each other's growth and whatever, and they take too much
Exactly.
out of the soil. So
Yeah.
I'd like to see how
And
you lay
also
out
there's
your garden.
timing as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to time when you plant something, and also you need to time what you plant to when it flowers.
Mhm.
So it doesn't all flower at once and it all dies off, and you've got no interest in the garden for about 5 or 6 months. So you have to plan it out so you've got all year round interest. Okay,
Right. Right.
and not only can plants bring colour, but also wildlife can bring colour. So you can bring in things like butterflies, you can bring in bees, you can bring in birds, insects.
Now, is yours
They are
outdoor?
good to your garden.
You're inside though, yeah. It's a greenhouse.
No.
Oh, you have outdoor plots.
Oh yes, loads of
Okay.
outdoor
So-
plants.
Tell me what you do through the winter.
Well, what I do through the winter is I work online and I build websites. That gets me money over the summer. Okay, and also what I do over the winter in the garden basically is just tidying up, and also I I like, if I can, to leave my garden slightly messy in certain areas, because that gives little homes for like insects to hibernate.
Yeah,
to hunker
ticks,
down,
ticks and fleas.
and like frogs and whatnot. And also, what I like to do is to concentrate on reading seed catalogues, because then I can plan what I'm growing for the spring. Okay,
Now, do you?
and then I order early. I receive me seeds at a certain time, and then I can get going sowing and growing.
You don't keep your own
Ready
seeds from the
for
year before.
summer. Sorry,
You don't plant heirloom. You don't keep your seeds from the year before. You don't take seeds from the stock the year
I
before.
do save seed.
Okay,
Yes, I do
okay.
save seed. Yes, but it's not possible to save all seed from all vegetables.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you
So-
can
so
do, but
how-
but
how did
it's
that vegetable
time
start?
consuming.
Oh, okay. I got you. You just don't have time for it. It's possible. You
Well,
just don't do it.
And space. Okay, I haven't got like a farmyard or a big field.
Right.
It's only the home garden. I don't grow vegetables in. The vegetable garden is located elsewhere,
Right,
so I
right.
have to go and walk to that place. It's
So
about
it's like a
30,
community.
40-minute walk
Right. It's like a community
each day.
place.
Okay, exactly. It's a small community garden, we
Mm-hmm.
call it.
Everybody's got
it's
their
in a
own
lot.
little section.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
It's like
So,
a large plot
okay,
of land with
let me-
18 gardens in it.
Let me talk to you about ground cover in the winter then. What do you do for ground cover? Do you go get leaves and whatnot off the trees and put that down over the top and let it mulch up while it's, winter time and cover it up with snow?
In the winter, I normally just leave it bare. And then I put my manure on, say, late winter, say the end of February, and then I rotivate it in. But in an ideal world, which I never live in, and I never will live in, you should, by rights, stick your manure or mulch or whatever on in late autumn, which would be November, mid-November.
and then cover it
Let's
with ground
just-
cover. Yep.
Exactly. Then
Yeah.
let it sit over winter. That will keep the soil at a reasonable temperature, and also any worms in that soil will bring that manure down, and it will also aerate the soil.
Uh-huh.
And then in midwinter, probably say about January, if the soil is applicable and not frozen, you can turn that in with a spade. Then that will open it up to the frost. The frost will get in, break down the soil, and then March, if again the weather's clement and applicable, you can then go in with the rotavator and use a rotavator to get your fine till, and then you can start making your seed beds. Okay?
Right.
And one good tip, if you're unsure if the weather's correct for sowing seeds, if you look at the ground and you see little weed seedlings growing, then it's the correct time for you to go out and sow seeds, because if it's right for the weeds to grow, it's right for you to go out and sow your seeds in the garden.
Did you ever look at the Back to Eden series that I talked to you about on a previous show?
I've got it on my favourites. I've still got it, and I haven't got round to watching it, but I am damn positive I am going to watch it within the next week or two.
Yeah, you don't till. You don't till at all. You don't break the ground at all unless you're
I
putting the
understand
seed
that.
in the ground.
That's called a no dig.
Right, but you got to have
method.
some wood chip to be able to cover it up, to
Yeah.
keep the moisture in the ground and whatnot. I know you can probably get
Yeah,
a hold
sure,
of that
sure.
easy, but
Yeah.
so it's something. I mean, it's wintertime, right? It'd be a good time for you to go watch that. Just saying.
Yes, well, this is an ideal thing to do at winter as well. Planning ahead, planning for the spring. Okay, now's the right time to sit down, pen and paper, write down what you want, cost out what you want to spend, draw it out on a bit of paper, plan it out, measurements, and then you can work out what you want to grow. So see, I like to grow all my stuff in modules, okay?
Right.
So I use the greenhouse to grow myself. So I have to work out how many plants I grow, so I don't fill my greenhouse with stuff I don't want, or grow too much. So not only am I wasting plants, but I'm wasting space where I could be growing something else.
So basically, plot management is what you're doing.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like business management or
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
anything like that.
Since you're in a
okay?
community garden, do you guys all grow for each other? I mean, do you spread the wealth around with everybody else that's growing out there, or how's that work?
No,
Yeah.
No.
How does that work with you?
You just grow.
Well-
I mean, you go in there and this is my plot, and stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Well, that's it basically. Yeah. So you pay the money to the council.
Oh.
And
This is a licensed thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
It's owned by the council.
So they
you see.
stole your freedom to grow your own veggies. Now you got to pay for the
Yeah,
ground.
Just
So
as long as
why don't you give
keep
them the
to
big
their
finger
rules, you're okay.
and start growing this shit in your backyard?
Because it's too small. It's way too small.
Oh, okay.
Way too small.
Why don't you carry your ass outside of town and buy yourself a little plot of ground?
Have you seen the prices of land in the
I
United
haven't.
Kingdom?
I was just asking.
No. I want to do that though because my main aim is to own my own plant nursery.
Right
Okay,
on.
so to own my own plant nursery, I need to have my own plot of land and bang on some polytunnels and have a propagating house so I can grow my seeds and cuttings and whatnot, and then grow them on in a polytunnel.
Or
and then
you
sell
can
them
go
off.
find a widower that owns one.
I was just gonna say, why don't you
Uh,
team up with somebody, become a worker at one of them, and at some point in time, it'll be a handover, or at least at least you'll know the person.
Yeah. Well,
Inst-
some of those families, some of those family-owned businesses, the kids are like, I don't want anything to do with this, Pop. I'm out.
exactly right.
I know.
Exactly right.
And they're looking for somebody to take over because they're in their late
Yep.
70s and they're like, I don't feel like doing with this shit no more.
Yep.
So it might be worth your while to just go around and pop your head in and say, hey, looking for some help?
I must confess I have missed one or two, but at the time I wasn't well and I didn't have the money, and I still haven't got the money to be honest with you. But if I drew up a business plan and stuff like that,
Right.
I could go forward and get funding. But that is a later date project. I've got other projects I need to work on, and also my main priority at the moment is my health. I need to get my health sorted out.
Yeah. Without that, you got nothing.
Exactly. And it's mental health, so it's difficult to sort out, and that's going to take a long time.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
What is your primary garden consist of? What do you grow on a yearly basis? What do you enjoy growing? What grows good in the soil that you have? And what kind of soil condition do you have? Start with that. What kind of soil do you guys got over there?
Yeah, sure. At home, it's clay, really thick clay. You know,
I heard some really good bumper crops come out of clay.
Yeah, it's great stuff. It's full of nutrients. And but this clay is, you can get a big lump of it in your hand, slap it on a wheel, and you can make a pot out of it. It's really thick stuff.
Right.
but,
Makes for good house foundations, though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
bricks. Yeah. And hence, so see where I live, Stoke-on-Trent, that's the main soil. It's clay. Hence, we make a lot of pots, Wedgwood, Rodalton, and stuff like that. Okay, we are world famous for our pottery and fine bone china. Because we are situated on marl or clay. And there are loads of marl holes around Stoke-on-Trent where they used to dig out the clay and then use it in the pot banks to make pots.
You're talking like a big
cups.
open pit mine? Is that what you're calling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a marl. It's a big. I'll find an image of it for you. A big marl hole in Stoke-on-Trent.
Kind of like a what you got, like a gravel pit type thing.
Yeah. But a bit more rudimentary.
They do that
Right.
around here. They'll just pull up to the side of a mountain and start digging the side off of it and shit.
Yeah.
And shipping out the rocks and whatever. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I call man of cancer. You know, we just go in there and fuck shit up when we want to, right? I want a house right here. There's a bunch of trees growing right there. Cut them down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our soil is basically clay, and that is, like Charlie said, that's an excellent medium to grow plants in because it's full of nutrients.
Yeah, but you got to
All
have
you
strong
need to
rooted
do-
plants. You know, some
Yeah.
plants won't grow in clay. They just
I know
won't.
some plants.
Yeah.
Most plants won't grow in clay, but you can adjust that by adjusting the soil.
Yeah.
Or, if you wanted to grow a species of plant, then you could either adjust the soil for that species of plant by making a planting hole, or you could grow that plant in a container and use the correct growing medium for it.
They were
okay?
telling you that in the chat room too for your backyard. If you're gonna have good soil in your
Yeah.
backyard, just bring in some big horse troughs and fill them up with good soil.
That's the
You know,
stuff.
do some above
There you
ground
go.
shit. Yeah.
Yep.
And you can also do that for. I can't post anything in the chat room.
What?
I can't. It says, "Oops, remove any web address and try again."
Yeah, just take the HTTP off the front of it. You know,
Yeah.
just put in whatever.com or whatever.
Okay. If I post something in the chat room, stick on a www dot. Okay. Has that worked?
Who are you kissing on, Dave?
It was for you.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. So basically,
Kiss
if
my
you have a
hand,
clay soil like
smack
I've
your
got,
bald
break
head.
it up, stick in a lot of organic matter, leaves, leaf molds, strawy manure,
See.
anything that will break up or homemade compost. You know,
The
homemade
chat room,
homemade garden compost.
There's people in the chat room
That
that
will
really
break
care
up
about
the-
you, man. Jake said that he would come over and poop in your backyard just to help you condition the soil.
Just for you, dude.
Oh, that's okay. That's great. He's welcome to do it anytime.
Yeah.
We used to have a cat that did that anyway.
Yeah.
So
Just help
But,
yourself. Shat anywhere.
exactly. And also, you can dig in gravel. Gravel's a good thing. If you've got lots of gravel, stones, and chippings, that will break up the soil.
If you're shitting
True.
gravel, you need to go to the doctor.
Oh
I
yeah.
know. Well, yeah, that has happened. That has happened.
You know,
Actually,
it's hard as hell to get a garden started around here, but the trees just root into this fucking rock, man. There's trees every fucking where, but you can't get shit to grow, man. It's hard as hell. It's hard as hell to get. You know, I had to
That's
bring
it.
in like I think I put 60 yards of compost down in the back to try to get the garden started. So, and it didn't work.
You know
really
that
fuck last
sounds
year.
like a lot, but then when you actually do it, it's like not enough. It never.
No,
it's not.
No,
You need
no.
to build up. Okay.
Yeah.
Get some pallets. Knock them apart, then, or some scaffold boards, something like that, and then or some lumber, anything cheap. Make some raised beds. Raise them up, say about 1 foot or 2 foot, and then fill them up with any rubbish you can find. You know.
Oh yeah, I got a
Anything that'll
big
break
ring
down.
of rocks around it, and I'd put all my leaves. I mulch all my leaves down every fall and throw it
That's
on top
it.
of it. And yep, it's getting built up
All your
now.
kitchen
so,
waste.
yeah, well, I haven't been doing that. I should start doing that. I really should.
You should. That's your prime
Certain
stuff.
stuff you can't though. I mean, you're not supposed to throw any kind of protein. You know, any meats or anything
Well-
like that. You don't compost up meats or anything like that.
Right.
It depends
Plant
how
matter.
your compost is working. If you've got a good active compost bin, but it's very hot, then you can.
Well,
and it's self-contained, and it's all contained. So see, the only reason why they say don't put any proteins in, so you can attract vermin like rats and stuff.
Right.
But it's it.
Well, and
if
it
it's all
breaks down so
self-contained,
fucking
you can
slow,
put it in.
and it stinks like hell when it starts breaking
Yeah.
down. So
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Well,
want any of my
the
compost.
the best stuff. It's the smelly stuff, really. I say so.
Well, no, I've got I've just got big piles of. I got a guy that brings me all of his chip from when he goes and takes down trees and whatever. And,
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I leave that in the back, and every once in a while I go turn it with the tractor, and it
That's it,
turns
yeah, sure.
black. Boy, I mean, underneath it's. Oof. So that's going to be some prime shit next year.
It is. Yeah.
For
And
sure.
if you got wood chips as well, there's a saying, make sure they're rotted wood chips.
Yeah.
See, the theory is, if
Yeah.
you put fresh wood chips on your soil, as the wood chips rot down, they take the nitrogen from your soil.
Hmm.
So you're losing nitrogen from your soil, which is vital for the leaf.
Well,
you know,
not
for
if you
the
put other stuff
leaf
on
growth
there,
your
though.
leaves.
You know, you're supposed to mix it in with greens and all kinds of, yard clippings and,
Oh,
you're
that's it, yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to mix your
But-
greens and stuff in with it too. That you don't just use with the Back to Eden system. The reason that they use the wood chips over the top of everything is to maintain the moisture in the soil. Because and he explains it just perfectly. He's like, when you go for a walk in the woods, even if it's raining, even if there's a light rain, your shoulders might get wet, but your feet aren't wet. If you're walking on the detritus and shit through the woods, your feet aren't wet because that water just hits the ground and goes right into the ground. It soaks it up. So
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
The more air you can get into the soil,
yeah,
the
And it's-
healthier
yeah, that's
and
another
better
thing.
it'll be.
It's loose.
So
and,
the air
they all stick on top of
helps
each
with
other.
the
and shit.
microorganisms as well.
Yeah. Right.
So that's going to help with adding nutrients. And also, all these nutrients are humus.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll create humus, which is your jelly stuff,
Hmm.
which will trap the nutrients, and the roots will be able to get into that and get all the food out.
Yeah, worms too.
Oh, yeah, worms.
Yep.
For sure, worms, yeah.
I'll actually go
They
to
are
the
the
bait
best
store.
unpaid army on this planet.
Yep. I'll actually go to the bait store and buy some big night crawlers and shit and just take them out there and
That's
throw
it,
them
yeah. And stick
Throw
them in the
'em in the
compost
yard.
bin.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
some big, large log worms.
Yeah.
No.
I love when I get out there and start turning that pile and I see the white moldy crap wood underneath, and it's like real punky when you break it up. You can grab it with your hands and it just
Yeah.
falls apart. That's what I love.
And it
to
smells
see.
gorgeous as well.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
It smells
man.
real nice. Really earthy and really, natural.
Yep.
And also that white stuff, I think, is called Vercillium,
Mhm.
which is the roots of fungus
Yep.
or toadstools.
Yep. That's
Yep.
yeah. I can't wait to go walking through the woods this spring and find me some big ass fucking morels, boy. Whoop whoop. Them shits are good, man. They are, boy. I'll tell you, that's like eating a big piece of steak, man. If you get a good set of morels, or oh my god, I love them. I love them.
I found a patch a couple of years ago up on the hillside. My brother came out to visit, and we were doing some work on the on a trail that I'm building up the mountain, and we ran across this area in by the pines, and there were a whole bunch of them poking up through there. So I kind of keep that my little secret from the community down here.
Yep. Oh yeah, Don. I mean, I don't purposely go out and buy them, but if I go out and buy the worms and they're left over from fishing or whatever, they go into the garden. When I go, I actually go by. There's a place over here outside of Gassville. A guy's got a worm farm out there, and he sells worm dirt by the bag. You can go over there and buy 40-pound bags of worm dirt and mix it into your soil and stuff, and that's super fucking good for plants. And he sells worms too, so yeah, you can go over there and buy them by the pound. So
Also, if you have a farm local that has cows or whatever, you can ask the farmer to bring some strawberry cow manure over, and you just have that piled, and
they charge
just
for
put
that
some
around here.
you just stick some black plastic over it, let it rot down for a year, and then the next year it's like pure gold.
Yeah.
Tell you,
They charge for that
Wonderful
around
stuff.
here. They know what that shit's worth. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah.
Good commercial there, Jimmy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We know what our shit's worth.
We got horse manure, we got sheep manure, we got cow manure, we got all kinds of shit for sale.
No
Good
shit.
radio ad.
Right? All right. Where's Lance at? Is he here yet? Nope.
Is he going to come on at all, or
He
was he
said-
threatening to?
Yeah, he said he'd probably be an hour or so. Depends on the
Oh,
game,
okay.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, all
he
right.
said if he ran into some strange, he might not make it. So
Uh huh.
he'll have an excuse why he didn't show up tonight. Look, it's not like he's my partner. It's not like we've been doing the show together for 6 years or anything like that.
I smell sarcasm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I stepped in
Is
some when I was
Lori
outside.
Lori busy tonight?
I've texted her twice. She ain't said nothing
really?
back. So I guess
She
she's
must
giving
be
me the
busy,
big
then.
finger too. Yeah. Yeah. She wasn't feeling good Wednesday. Maybe she didn't get over it. I don't know. I see
Yeah.
her posting online and whatever. So she was around the computer. I guess she just didn't feel like answering me.
Well, I think she was asking about a new router on Facebook, so she might be having internet problems.
Yeah, router.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
She was tired of breaking up. It was pissing her off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we thought it was her mic. Maybe it was her connectivity.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
her mic too, because her cat chewed through it or whatever. If somebody pulled the cord out, so she got the new one for Christmas, and it sounded good when it was, when it stayed
When it was
connected
working.
up. But yeah, it was really, really. And I don't know why people don't do this. I tell Lance to do this all the time, and I don't know, he never got around to it. If you plug your computer in to the router when you're doing the show, don't do it off Wi-Fi. I mean, you only got to do it for 2 hours, right? Just plug your computer in for a little. They got 50-foot cords, Cat 5s. You could just stick that bad boy in and run it across the cord, run it across the room, plug your computer. It runs on, it's hardwired in. You can do the show nice and smooth. I leave my computer on all the time anyway, but I got a router here,
laptop.
but it's just for my phone, for my phone and my tablet. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
use wireless. So just plug the
I have
shit in,
all my
man.
computers wired. And that's it. So see, every computer I've got in my bedroom's wired. So I'm
Well,
always online.
And Geek, I gotta say something about that post too. Geek put a router on there that had like 4 antennas coming off of it. And it was
Yeah.
5
Oh, yeah.
megahertz or whatever shit, and it had artificial intelligence inside of it.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I just had to comment on that. I was like, that shit's everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's for the protection, right? It's like it'll keep you safe from sites that have bogus software or whatever, Trojan shit, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So my router's going to decide where I can surf.
It's for your security or for the children. That's what they sell it on.
Yeah, it's got to be for the children.
Yeah, it's always for the children, and then for your security, for betterment of your safety.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
F you. Sorry, had to do that. What'd you post in here, man? The Potters. That's one of those big pits of clay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's
You
a
guys got a
Marlow.
lot of peat bog out there too. I know a lot of peat comes out of England. You guys.
Yeah, but not my area.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying in that general country.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that's a picture of a Marlow, and all that smoke and that at the back are from pot banks. All those little places where they make little small factories where they make cups, plates, figurines, vases, teapots,
right,
mugs. But that was in the day when Stoke-on-Trent used to be Stoke-on-Trent, and they used to export China to China basically, and a lot of Stoke-on-Trent is in the White House. So see that's been tiled by Stoke-on-Trent, and all their teaware and stuff is from my city. So once upon a time, we were a very, very influential city,
Very nice.
and we were the home to the inventor of the Spitfire, R.J. Mitchell, who used to go to the school close to where I used to go in Normacote. So I have Stoke-on-Trent has a lot of connection to world history.
Very cool. The Spitfire was a badass plane, man.
It was a gorgeous plane.
That is an awesome plane.
Yeah.
They haven't made one, in my opinion.
I still like my P40,
As-
but
P-51?
aesthetic,
Yes.
that one.
yeah, I like P-51 too. But I like the P-40 Warhawk.
Oh, yeah. Or the A10.
Yeah, the A-10's a
oh,
badass
oh.
plane, man.
That's
That's one of my favorite planes.
everybody should have one.
Yeah.
Take that shit to work every day.
There's a guy up in, I think he lives in Washington State or something, that actually has 3. He's one of the only private
Is that
pilots
right?
that have. Yeah, he's got 3 older models of the A-10. That's, I mean, they're not operable, right? They're sitting in the hangar, but this cat does have a flyable Harrier that he takes out to
Really?
shows and stuff. Yeah, a Harrier jump jet.
Harry jump jet. Yeah, they're great. They are.
Yeah.
I like those. So,
That is
see,
that
they
is a
were
pretty cool
designed
fucking
to
plane too.
Go
That-
up and down to
yeah.
land on a ship. You see, on a aircraft carrier.
Oh my God! What about that F-35? I want that in my house.
Did you see? Did you
I
see that Boeing stuck their nose up Trump's asshole and said that they
Yep.
were going to reduce the price of the fucking plane?
Yep.
Why couldn't
Yep.
you do that 10 fucking years ago when you started on this debacle of a? Okay, never mind. I just don't get. You know,
I agree.
it's so
I agree.
it's so in your face about how these people just couldn't give two fucking squirts of piss about what they're doing. It's all about the money.
Yeah, it's a
fuck,
rip-off.
man. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent. We were talking about growing weeds and stuff.
Oh, weeds.
Hey, that's what I grow in my garden really well.
Cue
Great.
I gotta tell
the
it's-
anthem music.
Yeah, you should have seen it
Smoke
last
weed
year. It
every
was great,
day.
man. Oh, I did that on the way in, man.
Smoke weed every day.
So there you
Yes,
go.
there we go.
That's
Those
it.
are the kind of weeds we need to pull out of the garden.
That's right. But the ones that I had choked out my potatoes and shit. So I wasn't, I wasn't too happy. And I'd go out there at least once a month and try to keep up with them, and I just wasn't doing it, So this next year, I'm going to pay much more attention to the garden. I don't think I told anybody, and I haven't sent out any pictures or anything. But we got some serious below freezing temperatures here, and I could not keep the inside of my greenhouse from going below freezing, and lost my banana plants. They're not lost, but I mean, I've got to clip them down to where they're just nubs, so they start over again. So
Yeah, they'd be fine.
yeah, but they're not going to produce any bananas this year. They, once that stunt happens, they don't
Oh, no.
produce for this year. So
Jimmy, in this climate or your climate,
Hmm.
which is slightly northern, I think you are, aren't you? In America, slightly northern,
mid south.
mid south, no, right. It will not grow to its maximum height. See, a banana plant, or Musa, M-U-S-A, which is the botanical name for banana, it is basically a herbaceous perennial. That means it has a perennial rootstock, but produces an annual stem.
Mm-hmm.
So it will die down every year, but it will keep its rootstock.
Right.
Okay?
Depending on how
But you
deep it
can-
gets. Yeah. Depending on how deep it gets.
Oh, no. So see, a herbaceous perennial will always have a perennial rootstock. It'll have a corm at the top or a crown, probably. Okay?
Mhm.
So it will grow from there. Okay? And but if you have somewhere nice and shelters, like a conservatory, or you can wrap it with horticultural fleece as well inside your greenhouse, even though it's not heated. You can put horticultural fleece that will make a second microclimate around it, and that should protect it further. Okay.
Yeah. I tried. I took a heater out there and had it running, a captured oil heater, and had it running for a while, and had a little
Sure.
fan in there to move the air around, and tried to keep it. And I kept it above 40 for as long as I could, but we got a couple of days when it got down into the single digits, and I just couldn't do
Jeez.
it. So went out there the next morning, and all the leaves were brown and wilted and shit. I was like, fuck. But
No,
that's
it's okay. It's not dead. It's just
No, it's not
going to
dead.
sleep.
But I just,
It'll
I
come
was,
back again.
Sleeping.
I was hoping
Yes,
that
yeah,
I
well,
could
it is,
keep
yeah.
them above freezing all year so that they could produce quicker, because I really, really love bananas. You have
Yeah,
no
well,
idea. That is one of my most favorite. Bananas and strawberries are my two most favorite fruit. I just love them. I love them. I could eat bananas every fucking day, but I don't trust
I
the
have-
shit I buy. And when I go to the organic place, the things are expensive as fuck. So I wanted to
How
go
big
my
are the
own.
plants that you're talking about, Jimmy?
I got mini banana trees, and they produce little bananas. The bananas are.
No, I
about
mean,
10 inches.
how big is the plant?
Oh, they were getting up pretty good. They were probably 3
6
feet
foot.
tall. No, the
3
ones
feet
I had
tall?
were 3 feet tall, but they were putting out leaves, man. The goddamn, they were huge. I got
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
I'll send you some pictures.
Well, no, what I was thinking, just as you were talking about, when you were talking about trying to heat it,
Oh, yeah, the greenhouse.
you've already done like a tent over it, correct?
No.
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 Oh, okay.
It's
Never mind.
It's thermal paned, and
Oh.
I had an oil heater going inside, and it kept it above. I mean, it was stayed at 42 the whole time. When it got down into the 20s and whatever, it stayed 42. But when we got down to them single digits, it wept off too much heat.
Well, no, what I was going to say
didn't
was
cover it. I
I
should've
didn't
covered
understand exactly how it was that you did it. But what if you had a like a secondary membrane that went around the outside of what it is that you're growing them in, so
That's
created,
what I was saying with the horticultural fleece.
yeah, it's kind of like wearing layers. You could take the layer off, but you can have that airspace that heats up, and what it does is create another barrier between that cold. It's still an air pocket, but that way maybe it wouldn't negatively impact your crops.
Yeah, but I the way I've got everything, set out in the greenhouse, I couldn't have covered them anyway.
Oh, okay.
'Cause,
All right. Okay.
Sometimes
it's not a
Jimmy-
big greenhouse, and I get all the shit. The boxes that I built to hold the dirt are out toward the edge of this. They're all up against the edge. So I couldn't. I could, but it would have taken way. I don't know.
Sometimes
see
you
what
have to
happens next year.
admit defeat, okay, and say you can't grow this plant in your area.
No, I mean
But
they'll
you can
grow.
grow it over summer for.
They even said that they grow out
um,
in the out in the open. I can grow them out in my yard if I wanted to. The climate around here is feasible to grow bananas, but you get short crop. They don't crop very
I get
well.
you.
Sure.
I get you.
So
Yeah.
I was
You wanted
trying
an
them
earlier start.
in the greenhouse. I just wanted to try them in the greenhouse and see if I could get them to produce in the greenhouse. But
You will do. You will do.
Yeah.
Is this the first year of trying it?
yes, that's why I'm
Well,
not too.
wait.
That's why I'm not too
Patience.
shitty about the
Patience.
failure. Yeah, I got it.
What will happen?
I
is
got
it will
this,
start
man.
Earlier.
I got this shit. Relax.
It will start earlier. It will start earlier, okay?
Yeah.
And you will get a good crop by this time next year. This year, I mean,
I'm hoping.
Yep.
All right,
or next year.
we're into the second hour. I didn't even think I'd make it this long. Yeah. Let's let Dave jump in here with some headlines if he's got anything or a story that he wants to get off his chest. David?
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll be right here. David,
Yeah.
you got something you want to talk about? Besides bed bugs? I don't want to talk about bed bugs no more.
This came out, says Israeli intel officers reportedly confirmed global spy agencies looking into Trump's Russia's ties.
I can't fucking believe
There's multiple world agencies looking into this.
people. Listen to me. BuzzFeed and Reddit said that they made the story up. Okay? It's already been debunked by the people that
Tell
put
your
it out
global
there.
spy agencies all the.
Whatever. That's, hey, man, if they can't find nothing, they're not going to get their budget for next year, right? So they'll make up anything. Look, our own
came out,
fucking
Russia's
CIA and
forcing
FBI make
RA
up shit, too.
Russians forcing RAF to abort missions in Syria by hacking into their systems.
What's going to happen between Syria and Israel? Are they going to go back at him for fucking the airport up, or what?
I haven't heard a word. If it goes with anything, Israel's hit them multiple times the past 6 years almost, and nothing's happened.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't in Damascus, I don't think, was it?
Yeah, they've hit the same airport before.
Oh,
And
have they?
it's the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing from Israel. They say they get intelligence that Iran's giving Hezbollah these weapons.
So what?
And Hezbollah's transporting them toward Lebanon to use it to Israel. So Israel's stated, Israel has told Putin, Israel's told Assad, Israel's told Obama, Israel's told Iran. We see these weapons coming, we're going to hit them where they're at before they make it here. And Russia seems to step aside and allows it to happen.
Yeah, they just pulled their troops and shit, all their planes out, and the aircraft carrier like a week before they came in there and bombed the shit out of them. Israel.
Putin
So,
has
yeah.
a deal with Netanyahu, and I think he told Netanyahu, if you feel your security's threatened at any time, shoot away.
Yeah. I didn't think they'd make it past the S-400s. I guess they didn't have them turned on.
Well, they're saying that that Israel launched surface-to-surface missiles from a mountaintop over in northern Israel.
Oh, I thought it was an airstrike.
No, that's what everybody thought in the beginning, but it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say I didn't hear any jets flying over or nothing, on the microphone on the video, but yeah, you just heard a bunch of whoops off in the ground, off in the distance, and
They said they were served 2 surface-to-surface air missiles.
I heard about 5 or 6 explode unless they hit
Yeah.
fuel tanks or something. But
Still not saying exactly what they hit.
right.
Last time Israel said they took out some weapons of mass destruction.
Here's one I want to get out to everybody. This is beyond the pale. Nearly 19 million Yemenis are in need of humanitarian aid, according to the UN. But the worst of the civilian impact of the 2-year civil war that the country has fallen on the coastal fishing areas around the Red Sea, coastal district of Tuyat. As RT's Arabic language crew visited the area, they witnessed scenes of chaos as locals scrambled to gain food and quiet desperation. There were many residents swollen with hunger, waiting for outside help, or resigned to their fate. Salem is an 8-year-old boy, though like many in similar areas around the world, he looks small enough to be mistaken for a toddler. We have no energy left. I have no money. We have nothing to treat with which to treat my child, says his mother, admitting that the boy is severely malnourished, just one of more than 1.5 million children suffering from the same fate in the country, according to the United Nations. This is just, I saw a little clip of this on RT today, man. It almost brought a tear to my eye. Fishing used to be the prime source of sustenance for the villagers here prior to the breakout of the full-scale civil war between the insurgent Shia Houthis and the incumbent Sunni government in early 2015. The area remains under control of the Houthis, but the Saudi-led international coalition, which is supporting the Sunnis, who constitute just under half of the population, has blockaded the coastal areas. The Saudis have repeatedly fired on fishing boats operated by the locals, saying that some have been used as weapons running or to supply the rebels, even if keeping them moored to land means that innocent civilians will die. Abdallah and Taga are 2 brothers who have become so weak that their skeletons are clearly visible underneath their skin. They've suffered bone damage and can now only crawl. Over 7,000 people have been killed in the conflict, according to international observers. A large minority of the civilians who died in airstrikes, and more than 3 million have been displaced. Let's see. Go down here a little bit farther. While the Sunnis have more material resources, the Houthi rebels still hold most of the land and enjoy considerable manpower. So the conflict remains finely balanced. For ordinary Yemenis, regardless of creed, this likely means more instability, hunger, and fear. So there's millions of people starving to death in this country, and we are giving the Saudis all the weapons that they want to go over there and facilitate this debacle of human tragedy.
Because that's just what we do.
It's the only thing we produce. I said it on the last show. This country doesn't produce anything except weapons. Weapons, and maybe there's a place in Tennessee that makes some pretty nice, really nice jeans. You know, Diamond Gusset. Anything that gets made and sold in this country is done by a small business, because we have no gross domestic product except for weapons of war.
Military industrial complex.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
That's exactly right. We don't make any computers. We don't make any cars here. We don't nothing.
We make snowflakes.
Oh, we got plenty of them. And they're all the way from New York to California, man.
Plenty of snowflakes.
All right, David, you got another story over there? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple here.
Okay, go for it.
This came out today, or the other day, I should say. It says the legal weed market is growing as fast as broadband internet in the 2000s. As the North American marijuana market posted $6.7 billion in revenue in 2016, up 30% from the year before. It says the so-called green rush shows no sign of slowing down. It says ArcView project sales will grow at a compound annual growth rate of 25% through 2021, when the North American market is expected to top $20.2 billion. It says the only consumer industry categories I've seen reach $5 billion in annual spending and then post anything like 25% compound annual growth in the next 5 years are cable television, 19% in the 1990s, and the broadband internet, 29% in the 2000s.
Unbelievable, man.
They're saying weed is soaring, but again, I bring back You know, this nominee that Trump wants is Jeff Sessions. You got to
Yeah,
watch
he
this dude. I belong to
weed.
several hemp forums, and they've all said that
He
people are very
hates-
concerned about what he's going to do.
Yeah, he hates weed.
Oh, he hates
He
weed.
hates
It's
it.
once, like
He
he
has-
stated, he liked the KKK till he found out they smoked marijuana.
He has absolutely no intention on educating himself about it either. There's been
Nope.
people that have been smashing him on Twitter and shit. He closed his fucking account on Twitter, I think, because people were just eating him up. You know, but yeah, whatever.
It makes
So-
you wonder because at one side of the mouth, Trump has stated that states can make the decision, that he wouldn't have a problem with the states. But then on the other side of his mouth, he puts in a nominee that's absolutely anti-marijuana.
The states can make the decision. The states can tell the federal government to get the fuck out of their state.
You know, Sessions
your
has
county
threatened
sheriff,
to-
your county sheriff
Sessions has
can open
threatened
it
to
up.
raid all the facilities.
Yeah. Well, your county sheriff that's in your local county can tell the federal government to get the fuck out of his county and not come back, or
So like I said, here in North Dakota, you know, we just passed medical weed this last election. And, of course, after the bill was passed by 70% of the population that voted here, they decided, oh, we don't like the wording in this, so we're going to hold off on this until we, the legislators, get the wording straightened out. And then on top of that, we got to grow the weed right here in the state that's going to be given out for medical purposes. And they said it's going to take 9 months from the seed to the plant to get that going. And then they came out the other day and said, well, we got to watch this Jeff Sessions now. We don't want to get raided if he becomes an attorney general. So we're going to hold off even longer to see what he does. So you're talking at least 2 years here before, if anything now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
This fucking
legalized.
Sessions, man, it's anti-marijuana as anybody can get. He's from the 1970s, 80s Reagan drug era and stuff.
Yeah, he's a douche.
I can't believe Trump put this dude fucking.
Well, look, he's got
you know,
Goldman Sachs dripping off his ball sack. He's got fucking J.P. Morgan guys on the fucking. You know, it's either military industrial complex or the same old hacks.
He just put in the 6th ex-employee of Goldman Sachs in
That's
his
what I'm
cabinet
saying.
yesterday.
They're fucking dripping off of him, man.
6 of them.
And I'm trying to tell all these fucking people that I see talking about him online, a bunch of YouTubers that I watch are still telling everybody that they talk to, this guy's gonna be great. He's doing so much. He's already brought 700 jobs back to fucking whatever. I keep telling them, they're counting on the first 100 days. They said his first 100 days is gonna shake the planet. You fucking A right, man. It's gonna shake this planet because when it's done and he hasn't accomplished a fucking thing that he said he was gonna do, and he's gone the other direction, and the same old goddamn shit's still going on. I hope all you motherfuckers wake back up, because there was a bunch of you that were awake before this election came around, and then after the election, you lost your fucking minds.
Well, I agree with that, but you can't tell Trump supporters that. They're hypnotized by this dude.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. It saddens me, man. There's
all
so many
these
people
truthers used
that
to
said they
speak
were
out
awake.
against the banks and Goldman Sachs and stuff after 2008 and everything. Now it's, they're all right because they agree with Trump.
They're all everybody I try to get into a discussion with. They're all like, "Oh, if Trump was if he was part of the big club, then they wouldn't be trying to slander him the way they're trying. It's fucking distraction, you shitheads."
And then they got the old excuse, well, he's just keeping his enemies closer.
What the fuck ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
whatever.
stupidity, dude.
Oh no, the reason that they brought Trump in is because the country's getting ready to fall apart, and he's the best guy to handle the bankruptcy. We're not going to file a bankruptcy, you dumb fucks. We're going to default on a debt. There's a big difference.
Americans have
bankruptcy-
very short-term memory of what happened in 2008 when hundreds of
Yep.
thousands of people lost their houses, their jobs, their 401ks. Why? Goldman fucking Sachs and Lehman Brothers.
Right?
Yep.
Before that, it was Bernie Madoff with MF Global. Or not Bernie Madoff. It was Bernie Madoff and MF Global. That's John Corzine's baby right there. And what happened to them? They threw Bernie Madoff under the bus because he stole from rich people. But where's where's John Corzine? Swimming in the Bahamas on his big ass boat. They don't go after the club, man. They'll steal every goddamn dime that you'll let them get their hands on. I promise you. Obamacare did it to a bunch of you stupid asses. I'm not talking to everybody that's listening. I'm talking to anybody that might be listening down the road.
The thing that's going to happen when Trump president is the banks are going to make fucking billions.
They already have. because they're drawing money off the Federal Reserve at 0% interest and loaning it out when they finally decide to loan it out at 3, 4, 5, 6% still.
Well, it's like they said, when Donald Trump got elected and the market hit all-time highs 15 times, they said, you know who made the biggest profit? Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs. Mm-hmm. Who made the second biggest? J.P. Morgan.
Yep. But he's good for us, I guess. He's the man. He's going to make this country great again. He's going to make the bankers great again.
Yeah. All his buddies. Everybody he's been rubbing elbows with for so long. I'm still surprised that we haven't seen 20,000 on the Dow. It creeped up over it for a minute and then went right back under it, so nobody paid any attention. But same with gold. Gold snuck up over 1,200, and nobody paid any attention to that too. But yeah, it's I still see it coming before Trump leaves or before Obama leaves office. I'll bet it breaks 20 grand. That way you can go, hey, I got it there, woohoo!
Our FTSE share index has gone crazy. It's gone up to I think it's in the 7,500.
Yeah,
it's gone mad.
Yeah. S&P 500's doing the same shit. It's just
we're breaking records, people. Give us your money.
Which is good, but it means that there could be a crash on the horizon. See,
that's exactly what it's saying, man. You got to look
good.
You got to look at all the all the charts are telling everybody there's no reason for the stock market to be at 20,000. Everything sucks.
No, there isn't. It's inflated.
Right.
It's wrong.
But people aren't paying attention to that. They just see those numbers clicking by, man, and all these day traders are like, "Oh my god, I got to get in." And when it goes to 20 grand, they'll leave it there for a day or two, because when it goes to 20 grand, everybody's gonna be like, "Holy shit, I'm getting in now. It's going. It's gonna keep going." And then they'll soak you all, man. They'll soak everybody. Like,
there's some breaking news that just came out.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is breaking. This is from Associated Press. Ringling Brothers Circus says it's closing down the greatest show on earth after a 146-year run.
Good. Turn those fucking animals loose.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. They need to let those animals go.
Yes. Take them back where you found them and turn them loose. Oh, we can't do that because they've been domesticated now.
Yep.
All right, then how about a zoo? Who will properly look after them?
I don't like zoos either. I wish them zoos would just fucking close
I
down.
don't either, man. It's a prison for animals.
Turn them loose.
Exactly.
Yeah. One of the orcas.
In some respects, if you
Tilica.
If you look on it.
Tilica, the killer whale that drowned the
killer whale,
that drowned the chick a couple of years back. Finally died. Yeah. Finally died in captivity. Gave up the ghost.
Sad.
Bumblebee tuna will go down in stock.
It's
see where they're getting radiated tuna off the West Coast finally.
Yeah.
I have that right
salmon.
Here.
Oh,
I have that story right here. Hang on a second.
Ready cooked sushi.
I had it pulled up to start reading on it. High levels of toxic chemicals, including cancer-causing benzene, have been detected in a new site of Tokyo's fish market, the biggest wholesale fish and seafood market in the world, and a popular tourist attraction too. That's where mongers throw that shit and catch it, and they do that on the West Coast too. Japanese media said, citing officials, Tokyo's authorities have been planning to relocate the famous Suki fish market. I think that's how you pronounce it, Tsukiji. Fish market in the center of the capital to Tosuyu area, 3 kilometers to the south. The move was originally set to take place in November of 2016, but was postponed. The latest groundwater samples from Toyosu contain amounts of benzene 79 times higher than the minimum allowed. Wow. Officials in the Tokyo city government said that on Saturday, as cited by Kyodo News. The results were reported to the city's government panel of experts. Benzene is a toxic organic chemical that causes acute and long-term adverse health effects and diseases, including cancer and aplastic anemia. The Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper reported that the samples also contain amounts of cyanide and arsenic 12 times and 3.8 times the minimum, respectively. Let's see, we'll go down here a little farther. This is not the first time toxic substances have been detected in the Toyosu site. The previous test from October of 2016 showed high levels of mercury. Wow, they're batting 1,000 on deadly shit, huh? Tsukuji Market is a major Tokyo tourist attraction, famous for its tuna auctions, which attract huge crowds of visitors. Not only fish is hawked at the market, fruits and vegetables are also sold there as well. Tokyo's authorities decided to relocate the market, citing a need to upgrade technology. They are planning to build a facility some 40% larger than the current one with the modern refrigeration. Cleaning up the market has already cost the government 86 billion yen, about $750 million. We have to uphold its food security, Koike said on Saturday, adding we may have to study further, local media reports. Wholesalers at the Tsukiji Market have been frustrated by the delay in relocation, claiming the move is costing them millions of dollars a month. So I'm gathering that the real reason they want to move this place is because it's over a toxic dump. There aren't too many times just in general that you get mercury in your water, along with benzene and whatever the fuck. I mean, benzene's a natural occurring chemical, right? And so is mercury, really. But yeah, just okay, whatever. I'm just
Not
saying.
in those high concentrates, though.
78 times the normal level.
That's
Okay,
pretty
that's
intense.
pretty fucking high, right? I think you better get that market moved. Okay, David.
See what else here. This just came out too. Let me get to it here. It says China says China. China State TV says it would take country's motorized troops 48 hours and its paratroops 10 hours to reach India's capital if war broke out.
India. What?
Yeah, that's what it said. It just came out.
India and Pakistan have been going back and forth for a hot minute now. You know,
This is China, though.
they're threatening each other with nuclear weapons and whatever. So, yeah, go ahead.
Is
keep
this
going.
China or Pakistan?
Yeah, depends on who's got an agreement as to who's going to get who's back, right?
China's on Pakistan's side.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I imagine Iran and Russia are then too. Yeah.
And I think, we're somewhat on India's side. We're not the very best friends with them, but
The stupid thing is,
they
with
answer a lot of
Pakistan
our
and
phones.
India, with Pakistan and India, they're both a member of the UK Commonwealth. So we own both countries. Oh dear.
You don't own
so
shit.
why can't we stop them?
Let me clue you in on something, JR. You don't own shit. The Queen
I
might own it,
know.
right?
But it's a member of the Commonwealth Society, okay, which is run by the United Kingdom.
Right. But you ain't that. You're just a serf like the rest of us. You don't even
I
own your own
know.
shit.
I know.
She owns all the ground that you got. You don't even own the dirt
I know
that's
she
in your
does. I know
garden.
she does. Yeah.
Right.
But
And I support
but he
it.
does have a nice accent. So
Yeah, that's true.
Dialect.
Is Stokes-on-Trent Cockney?
Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent, excuse me. Is Stoke-on-Trent
Okay.
Cockney?
No, it's a Potteries.
Ah, okay.
It has its own name to do its own dialect.
I got you.
Okay.
You fuckers are special.
Yes, we are special.
Okay.
Northern special.
Right.
No, not Northern, but North Midland special.
Okay. Here's
And in
something
fact,
for everybody out there. Just
sorry.
thought I'd throw this out for everybody in case you work for them and you try to go into work Monday morning. This is out of New York from CNN Money. Now, CNN, it could be fake news. Just hold on to your seat. The vast Wells Fargo branch network is shrinking. Wells Fargo announced plans on Friday to shut down more than 400 bank branches by the end of 2018. That's on top of the 84 locations it pulled the plug on in 2016. The acceleration of branch closures at Wells Fargo is a reflection of the Americans' preference for online and mobile banking these days. Unlike Wells Fargo, its chief rivals Bank of America and J.P. Morgan Chase have been a lot more aggressive in shutting branches in recent years. Wells Fargo said the new branch closures have been fueled by the bank's fake account scandal. Remember that? 5,000, I think. 5,000 or some fucking fake accounts. Anyway. However, Wall Street analysts do see a link. Not only does Wells Fargo face rising legal and compliance costs to clean up the mess, but its branches are likely to be the profit engines that are likely to not be the profit engines they once were. Wells Fargo has eliminated the unrealistic sales goals and led to bad behavior, and its account openings have declined dramatically in recent months. UBS analyst Saul Martinez wrote on a recent report published Friday that it had long expected the scandal was likely to be a catalyst for more aggressive focus on expenses. No matter the cause, Wells Fargo isn't signaling widespread layoffs as of yet. Bankers, tellers, and other branch employees, the bank said that many of the 200 closures it anticipates in this year will be in the close proximity to other locations it owns, and many of the employees can be transferred to nearby branches. I imagine they're going to have to take a pay cut, too. In 2018, Wells Fargo plans to shut down slightly more than 200 branches as part of its broader Wells Fargo plan to save about $2 billion a year by the end of next year. Tim Sloan, who took over after the long-term CEO John Stumpf abruptly stepped down last year amid the moves, said the moves are in a response to shifting consumer behavior. They still want to come into our branches, Sloan said, but they're also accessing us online, on mobile, through ATMs, and over the phone. In many ways, Wells Fargo has only just begun to catch up with the trend of big bank closing branches. Even after accounting for this year's closures, Wells Fargo still has more than 6,000 branches across 39 states. To put that into context, Wells Fargo has about 1,000 branches more than any other bank in America, according to research by CSLA. So, they are one of the largest banks out there as far as ground coverage, I guess, but they're shrinking mightily. And I think it's because of cooking the books.
No,
Yeah, I'm just guessing.
not at all.
All right. David, got another one? We still got a little over a half hour.
There's a little more on the circus shutting down here. It says Ringling Brothers ticket sales have been declining, but following the transition of the elephants off the road, we saw an even more dramatic drop. This, coupled with high operating costs, made the circus an unsustainable business for the company.
In the UK,
If Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is not going to be in the business of circusing anymore, then I guess there's not going to be a company, right? I mean, I don't get that last line of that. That you just running the circus is not in the best interest of the business. Your business is running a fucking circus, Jack. What are you gonna? Anyway, go ahead.
It's a mobile zoo, is what it is.
yeah.
that
I was
line just struck me
gonna
funny.
say, in the UK, we have a circus company called Zippo Circus, and they have 0 animals. Okay, no animals, and they are booming. Okay,
Just a bunch of clowns running around juggling shit.
exactly. Yeah, they're just clowning around, basically. Yeah, and entertainment.
Come over here.
Is
let me
that the
guess
same
your
as
weight.
government?
Well, yeah. Listen, you don't need a travelling circus. You just go to the Parliament and sit in the gallery and listen to the clowning around that goes on in there. It's
Right.
brilliant.
You
And
MPs are some
there are
funny
a bunch of animals
motherfuckers.
in there, so it's a shame. They should disband that place. See, it's a cruelty to animals.
Now you know why a bunch of baboons is called a Congress.
Exactly, or a
Yes,
parliament.
exactly.
It should be a parliament, really.
Yeah. Or a murder of crows. They got some really cool names for gatherings of animals. You know, it's not just herds and shit like that. Anyway,
Ass
A skein
hats.
of geese.
Ass
A skein of
hats.
geese.
what else you got over there, David?
Well, this came out. It says Amazon wants government permission to run mystery wireless test in rural Washington. It says Amazon is preparing to test experimental wireless communications technology, including mobile devices and fixed base stations in rural Washington and Seattle, the company disclosed in government filings this week. Filings do not specify what the test would be for, but they hinted at a new type of technology or wireless service, noting that the project would involve prototypes designed to support innovative communication capabilities and functionalities. What's even more intriguing is that Amazon listed Neil Woodward as the main contract on the filings. Woodward, a retired NASA astronaut who joined Amazon in 2008, is now a senior manager for Prime Air, the team in charge of Amazon's drone delivery effort.
Oh God.
Says that suggests the test would involve some kind of communication system to control Amazon's delivery drones. But the details in the filings could also point to a wireless service designed to work with mobile handsets such as Amazon's Kindle tablets or perhaps the Echo home speaker that Amazon sells.
Oh man, this is gonna get bad. This
I
guy.
can't see the
Look.
term. Personally, I can't see the Amazon drone thing working. So see, all someone's got to do is take a shotgun,
Well, look.
pop,
Right, and then take
Down.
whatever you were buying from Amazon.
and
Right.
then take the parcel away.
Hopefully it'll take the impact because the things fly around about 65 feet. So, but here's the thing. I thought about this when Barack Obama said we're going to have wireless nationwide, free wireless web. Everybody can log on to their Wi-Fi anywhere they go.
Hack easy.
It's because it's provided by the government, right? And then
And
as
it's
soon as
easily
you log
hackable.
on, as soon as you log on, then they just
Yeah.
snoop
Not
around
even
inside everything.
hackable. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna subscribe
so-
to it.
Yeah,
because
you're
it's
logged on to
free.
the government's web.
I got my Obama phone.
Right.
Yeah,
And
remember
give
that
them the
bullshit?
information.
He's
That's
gonna
it.
give me
Sim-
Obama phone. We gonna have
Yeah,
some
exactly.
Obama Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna pay my mortgage.
Right.
Yeah, I remember all that bullshit.
Right. Where are those people
Just
now?
like Trump's going to make this country great again. It's the same type of revival.
That's
man.
exactly what it
Exactly.
is, man.
It's the same shit, different day or different person.
Different face.
Trump is the new century's Hitler. If you listen to the fucking guy talk, he's a nationalist. He wants to shut up reporters that talk shit about him. He wants to boot out everybody that doesn't look like him. He's just like fucking Hitler, man. Those people that were saying that he's just like Hitler. If you listen
There's
to
no
the
way anybody could
Well,
get a
anyone.
hairdo like that dude. There's no way.
What's that?
I said there's no way anybody could get a hairdo like that.
Oh
So
man.
I mean, wow. What
He's
kind of
fucking
freaking blonde
orange.
raccoon does he
Look.
have on his bean anyway?
The guy is worth $1 billion, right? A little over $1 billion, and he's going to go on public television looking orange. Seriously, man, how in the fuck?
Stuck
How
his
the
bat-
fuck did that
stuck
guy
his face
look
in
in
a
the
bag of
mirror?
Fritos.
How did he look in the mirror
no,
before he went on
of
national
Doritos.
TV and go, "I'm good with that"? Seriously, man, it's like they're rubbing it in your goddamn faces. This is all a fucking joke.
President Cheeto face.
President Oompa Loompa. Dave said it a couple
Oompa
weeks
Loompa,
back,
there you
man.
go,
Yeah,
you're
Dave
right,
said he's
you're
a
right.
fucking Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, if you look up an Oompa Loompa, look at a picture of Oompa Loompa, put a picture
Yeah,
of
they
his
got
next
the
to one.
white
Looks just like him.
coiffed hair going by. Yeah, it's just fucking. At least they got makeup over their eyelids, man. He didn't even have any of his like big white raccoon looking. Fucking stupid. Oy vey.
It's better
And I'm
to
not even
see
Jewish.
you with Jimmy.
Right. Yeah. It's like somebody gave him goggles and then just looks good.
It's probably what it was
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Spray tan? I got it.
We get that in Cerakote. Come here.
Yeah.
It'd be good for 4 years with one application.
It blocks the sun.
Protesters are already tonight hitting the streets in D.C. They're out right now on U Street in D.C. Tomorrow night they'll be in front of the Trump Hotel. They're holding signs that says "No, stop Trump, Pence fascist regime," and a bunch of other signs. So the protesters are already hitting the streets.
So we're going to get a week of that bullshit?
Yep.
Fuck me.
And then you got the big women's march the day after inauguration, where they expect about almost 1 million women.
A Chicago
God.
cop's been charged by the feds with sex trafficking of minors, 14-year-olds. Just thought I'd throw that out there because it was on the top of my boiler room thing. Okay, I'm done with the Twitter shit. We'll go back to talking about plants if we have to. We still got a half hour. I don't want to do any more bad stories, man. I just don't. I was going to read that whole story to you guys, but I don't feel like reading it. Makes me want to drive back to
All right.
Chicago and start fucking capping dumbasses.
You were talking
Just
about
kidding.
drones earlier on.
Big one.
How about those swarm drones that were reported?
Yeah,
by the,
I dropped that story on my Twitter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they just
Crazy
pitched
that
it out.
is.
Yeah, did you guys go check out the whole video? I mean, they got tube launched drones now. They can it's like launching little bazookas, right? They got little trucks that drive around with 12 of the fucking things on the back of them, and they just point them
And
up
they
in
all
the air
talk to each other.
thunk, thunk,
Yeah.
thunk, thunk. They launch them with pressurized air. You can't even hear them fucking take off. Once they get up over about 150 feet, you can't hear the engines on them either. They buzz around like little swarm of bees.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what they call it. I think of the Hive mentality,
yeah,
and they
hive
all
mind. That's-
communicate with each other.
that's what
And
it's
they're
called.
small little drones that they drop from fighter jets.
Some of them aren't
and they
very
fly about
small.
and communicate.
Yeah, some of them aren't very small. Those tube launch motherfuckers are about 8 feet long.
Really?
It's
Good
crazy
Lord.
stuff.
Yeah, go
Tell you what,
on my
scary.
Facebook wall, Charlie. I'm surprised you didn't go look at that. That's like the latest
that?
release from the Air Force. Go on my Facebook wall and check that video out. It's
On
actually,
which
I mean,
one?
it's released from the Air Force about the drones, about the swarm drones.
They're great.
This is brand
Well,
new
they're-
technology, man. They're
They're
gonna,
good, but they're bad.
they can set a place on a map with a cursor. They can just draw a circle on the map on the electronics with a cursor, and then the drones will circle that entire area and just stay there. And
Oh, you're talking about the pod drops.
yeah,
They're
but they've
dropping-
also
yeah,
got.
yeah.
But if you keep watching that video, they've got tube launched drones that can swarm also, and those fucking things are about 8 feet long. I mean, they're probably powerful enough to carry some weapons. You know. I'm telling you guys, Skynet is right there, man.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
movies
I
came
agree.
out for a
I
reason.
completely agree.
They came out for a reason. We're going to be fighting drones. I mean, it's fuck. And there's your FEMA camps. You know, now they got swarm drones, right? They'll just put a swarm of drones around the outside of fucking, Manhattan Island. Nobody's getting off that goddamn island.
Yep.
Well, ring.
always-
Let's put a ring around Philadelphia. Nobody's getting out of Philadelphia. Let's ring up Chicago. Let's ring up Dallas. Ring up L.A. Nobody's getting out.
It always reminds me of a little film called Batteries Not Included.
Yeah.
Made by Disney, I think it was. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was a funny movie.
Yeah, it was a nice movie as well. It had a nice ending, but
The
They
robots
were little
protected the building of
drones,
old
weren't
people.
they?
Yeah.
Drones.
Well, they were autonomous robots, yeah.
Exactly. AI robots.
And hey, AI's making
Yeah.
them, and
Think about
whoever's
it.
yeah, whoever's faking playing Stephen Hawking said it a couple of months back. AI is going to be the death of humans. Once these computers figure out how stupid we are and how we just want to go around the planet killing people, they'll start eliminating us. They'll be like they're a danger. Humans are
Jimmy?
dangerous.
It takes a stupid to program them. So
No, well,
they can only
okay.
be as stupid as
No, that's not
person who
true.
programs
That's not
it.
true because they have written code that allows the computer to decipher
To
for
learn.
itself.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
called
Google.
artificial intelligence.
That's how Google works. Google has an
Right.
AI algorithm.
That's
which,
right.
Was it Ray Carswell?
Kurzweil, yeah. Ray
Kurzweil. Yeah, that guy too.
They
They-
determine what they show in their search, okay? Determining on the content of your website.
Listen to
So
me.
that AI algorithm scans your website.
When all
and
those
then,
stories were coming out back in the 50s and 60s about
Crazy.
the space technology and whatever, you have to remember, people, that was 50 years ago.
I know, yeah, it's old. It's old
DARPA
news.
DARPA has technology right now that is 50 years more advanced than we'll ever know about.
That's what we know.
It's like
about.
Star
Yep.
Trek.
That's right. That's right. So
And
This
that's
this is
pretty
this-
typical.
They knew exactly what they were doing then. They know exactly what they were doing now. It's just that simple.
Yep. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. Sleep tight.
Check for bed bugs.
Yeah, check your big bugs.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Yeah.
No way. Did you know there was a large infestation of bedbugs in New York?
Well, it still is, and
Yeah,
LA's
it's
number
called the-
one right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's called the population. What?
They've had reports of them breaking out all across the country, man, and all kinds of different hotel
Yeah.
chains have had bad
Crazy.
problems with them and shit in the last
They
couple
said
of
they're
years.
up 500%
Yeah.
compared to the past couple years, and they said, I was talking to the bug dude today, and he said, he says you're not the only ones here. He says they're breaking out everywhere. He says I've done more bed bug cases in the past year than I've done in 5 years.
When,
So-
Yeah, and it-
when did you start getting all the refugees in there, man?
Well, that's what I told my wife. It's probably the Fuji's bringing them over.
Yeah, well,
What are you
sis,
calling
yeah,
them?
maybe.
Fuji's?
Yeah, that's what me and my
Fuji's.
wife call them Fuji's.
The refugees.
We got Fuji's. Just out of curiosity, do you think that the spreading of the bed bugs could be a possible, just seeing how effective they are could be a precursor to
biological
infecting
outbreak.
them with like a smallpox or something else like that, because they are so
X-Files.
Hey, stop it. If you were to infect them with a biological, to be able to utilize that insect to spread that.
That's
You could. They did it with the mosquitoes. Those genetically modified with Zika.
if they
Right,
don't,
but these bed bugs seem to be more evasive than even mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, they're hardcore. This dude today says their shells are getting thicker and thicker, and they're resisting everything.
So if you could marry up a biological with
And army.
a resistant or a insect,
Spit it out, Charlie.
and hey, look, man, just chill. I'm thinking here, and spread that across the country, and then
Gotta
it,
get your
it
lips
just
to move faster than your brain.
multiplies. Knock it off.
Shut up.
and that way you could spread a biological and blame it on bugs and not the government. What an interesting way to depopulate.
see now you went and did it because they're
Ah,
listening.
Way down the
jeez,
rabbit.
they're
hole.
listening to the
Way down
show.
the rabbit hole.
They're listening to the show, and some cat on Jekyll Island right now is going, "He's got a point."
Motherfucker. Where's his house? How do we drone that motherfucker?
No, you just gave them a good idea. They're like, let's infect these
That's it.
fucking bed bugs, man.
That's it. Yeah,
He's
that's
got
it.
a point,
Genetically modified bed bugs.
right?
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break.
Then
If
you've
I'm
got
thinking
the-
about it, 10,000 other motherfuckers
Listen,
figured this out.
If you think about it,
Right.
you've
And they
got
all
the
have
mosquitoes that have
PhDs.
got the Zika, the bed bugs, which are the land army, which have got big, massive defences, which will pop in and do the job for you without you thinking. The stealth land army. So yeah, why not
Right.
use nature against humans?
Duh. That's been going on for a long time.
I
The
want to
planet.
bring up something that was really, really odd. There was a couple years ago. I've been here, 12? It's going on 13 years now. About 2 or 3 years ago.
in the valley.
First time I've in
Is that what
the
you're talking
canyon,
about?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was can't remember what it was, if it was like a fungus or some sort of a growth, but it was like a purple growth that grew in the snow, and it was the first time
That
in my life I've
jelly
ever seen
shit.
it.
It
What?
might be an
That
algae.
jelly shit. They used to do
No,
stories.
no, it wasn't jelly. It was like a purple algae that
Yeah,
was
algae.
growing,
Oh.
and I've only seen it that one year.
I
Now,
think I
why-
remember that too. I think I remember those stories too. But there was something up in Canada that was very similar to that too, and it was like this jelly substance that was like a pinkish color
No,
that was
no,
showing up in the
different.
snow.
This is like it was a deep purple color, and there were patches of it all over my yard.
Really?
And I was like, what the fuck is this stuff? And I'll have to dig it back up again.
No, don't dig it up, man. It might be dangerous.
No, I meant the article.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Um,
I thought you buried it.
But there.
Extraterrestrial snot.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. But no, I looked it up, and it actually happens in different areas of the world. But I had never seen it here. I had never seen it ever. But when I saw it, there were patches all over my yard, and I've never seen it again. And
Aliens.
It's because it all made its way under your house.
JR, I just wanted to give you a lead in. Go for it.
Okay, aliens. Basically,
I'm just no.
what's
I was
going on
kidding.
is-
I was kidding. Stop.
Alien poop.
Alien poop.
No, aliens have got a code, you see. Ours is green, but we think of them as green men, but what comes out of their nose is purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
So that's
there's-
where Prince got the
it's-
purple
yeah.
rain thing.
Exactly, yeah. He sneezes all the
Purple
time and shit
thing.
comes out of his nose,
Wow, man. Is that like some kind of alien bukkake shit or something?
That is not right.
No, I'm just by my nose, and mine's green, so that's cool.
Dave,
Yikes.
save us. Do you have some sort of death and destruction?
Well, this just came out. It's breaking. It says Trump considering removing the press corps from the White House, according to Esquire magazine.
Removing them all?
Yep.
See, that's unconstitutional, man.
Yeah.
That's unconstitutional. But that's what I told you guys. He's like fucking Hitler. Oh, no. They're going to start talking about my hair and making fun of me and shit, and I don't want it. Fuck them. They're out. I'm the president. I can do what I want.
Announce all of his major policies on Twitter.
Oh, God. We're going to have the Twitter president now.
He said, unless
Why
you hear
not?
it coming from him, then don't believe it.
We're going to govern. We're going to govern you fuckers through social media because that's the only thing you pay attention to
I'm
any
sorry,
longer.
Jimmy, you're going to hate me for this or whatever.
What?
But he's doing the right thing. He's keeping up with the times. He's addressing the core people, the people who need to know. And they use Twitter as a social thing all the time.
Okay.
He's using social media. He's addressing the public.
Okay. Now, when
It's good.
his Twitter
He's
account
keeping up
gets
with the
hacked,
times. He's not being the
when his Twitter
useful
account gets
president.
hacked and Anonymous starts posting shit for him, then pay attention to it, right? Because that's what's going to
come
happen.
on.
They're going to hack his fucking account now. He just told everybody he's going to start governing through Twitter. Do you think they're not going to hack his fucking account? It'll be done by
course.
Monday afternoon.
Hacking or helping?
Well, if it's from Anonymous, it might be
Depends on if they get paid or not.
yeah, whatever.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just telling you, you don't know who's on the other
gotta
end of
read-
that phone, right? Who's doing the typing?
Gotta remember,
And
I spent a
who
lot
is
of time
doing
in
the
South
posting?
America. I know how this shit fucking works. Money speaks
Right.
volumes, and you could take the most upstanding individual and turn them into a douche hat.
A douche hat?
That was good. Can you do that again?
What's
I
a
haven't-
douche
I
hat?
haven't-
A douche
I
hat.
just I haven't heard that
Wow.
kind of. That was
There's
good,
some-
Jimmy. I gotta record.
You almost made me
that.
spit.
There's some bigger news that came out tonight, and we went from having 0 carriers out to where we just deployed 3 now.
Oh boy, yeah, but see, they're gonna. I mean, they'll all be in open waters for a month.
Yeah, one's heading for China, one's heading for
Oh.
Persian Gulf.
That makes perfect sense. Heading to China.
Our next, China is the next place we're going to go to war with, and that's it. Because this is the way I see it happening. We are going to get paddy with Taiwan, which will wind up China. China's going to invade Taiwan. We'll attack China, a bit like the original Gulf War, in my opinion.
Say that one more time. I want to try to catch up.
Okay, yeah, okay. This is the way I see it
Follow
panning out.
along, Jimmy. Damn it.
I'm trying.
This is the way I see it panning out. Okay.
Okay.
We are going to get, or you are going to get close with China, with Taiwan.
Oh, we already
Okay.
are. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Trump
you
said
are.
that he's not for the one China policy, right? He wants to redo
Exactly, and that's going to wind up China.
that. China's
going to
already
attack
said that
Taiwan.
it's not up for debate. Okay.
China's going to attack Taiwan.
I don't know if they'll attack Taiwan. Taiwan
Yeah,
is their.
they will do. Yeah, because Taiwan wants to be independent, and they don't want to be any part of China. So China want them. It's a bit like
you guys
Hong Kong.
know the history of Taiwan, right? Do you know the
I know
history of
the-
Taiwan?
Rough history, yeah.
Okay.
It was owned by Japan as well.
Well, no, it was started. The colonies down there, that island was started by the Chinese, right? They were running from the communists, of all people, and the wealthier people moved down to Taiwan and started colonizing it, and stayed away for a while until China did whatever, and then
Sounds about like UK. But
some of them moved back. Well, I'm just telling. That's how it started, and then
Yeah,
the whole.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I'm just saying.
yeah, but
They kind of they're fond of that island.
I understand that. Yeah, well, it's a bit like the Argentinians are with the Falklands,
Right.
but they're not having it back.
Anyway, go ahead, finish your thought. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Okay, yeah. No, it's okay. No, it's okay.
Okay, you got 10 minutes.
It's your show.
Spit it out.
But what I'm saying is, the way I see it planning out is China is the main target,
Yeah,
and
that's
Iran.
what Dave thinks
okay,
too.
Iran and China, because I can see Trump's got those two countries in his crosshairs.
Right.
Hence, he's trying to get cushy with Russia because he wants Russia on his side, which means there's one less country backing China
Right.
when the shit hits the fan. Okay.
Right.
And the way he's going to get at China is by the Obama administration has already deployed enough resources in the South China Sea. So now Donald Trump is.
I don't think we got a whole lot over there right now.
No,
All the carrier
you've
groups.
got enough to irk them, haven't you? You've got enough
Well,
to
no,
blind
we've just
them
made
up.
a couple of pass-bys with some planes and shit, and a couple
it's
of boats
not-
went
it's
by,
not-
but those were
you know,
months ago, right? All our carrier groups have been
Things
back
can
in
go
port.
wrong. Things can go wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Okay.
they just took off, right? So it's going to be how long? How long to get across the Pacific, Dave?
And it takes about probably,
3
well, it
weeks.
depends if we're fueling and everything. It could be a week
7
or two.
hours.
Okay,
No, it could take anywhere from probably 14 days.
Oh, ships. Yeah.
right.
You know,
But
if they do
they
flat
were
ups
just
on
all
the
back
way
in.
and all that other stuff.
They were just all back in port, so they got brand new shiny weapons on board, and everything's fueled up and ready to go, and the pilots are all jerked off and ready to fly, and
Yeah.
because they just
You
had
know,
some
Australia
downtime.
came out and railed on Trump yesterday saying, dude, you're going to drag us into this because we just stationed a bunch of Marines there and stuff. And they're like, you need to slow down, man.
I
Hey,
think it's the same as what Obama's doing with Russia at the moment by stationing those troops in Poland. He's trying to poke Russia to do something stupid, and Russia's not going to do it. They're going to sit there and watch it, okay? Say, go ahead, you try. We're not going to take the bait, okay? But what's going to happen with China is when Donald Trump starts talking with Taiwan, I think that might be the straw that breaks the camel back. Okay, and something will happen then.
Well, see, this came out tonight. It says China's foreign ministry said today that the One China policy serves as the foundation of U.S.-China relations and is non-negotiable, pushing back on President-elect Donald Trump's claim that the policy was being reevaluated. It says the comments from the foreign ministry is posted on its website and urged the incoming Trump administration to acknowledge the One China policy is necessary to continuing U.S.-China relations.
yeah, they said it's not up for negotiation.
It says China considers Taiwan a renegade province that is still part of China.
That's what I just
There you
said.
go.
And China's like, you still owe us $1.4 trillion. Too.
That's it. Yeah. So that's it.
Because we done cashed in all the bonds already. That money's going to be hitting your shores here pretty quick, like so. We're getting ready to fuck you.
So I see this year or next year, Iran and China.
Would you say this week or next week? Yep, probably.
This year or next year, Iran and China.
It ain't going to be no
It will be
year-long bullshit.
probably
Dude.
China first, then Iran, sorted out by Israel.
Well, Netanyahu's fixing to get locked up in Israel the way it's going for him
I know,
right now.
You guys have been fed so much. You guys have been fed more bullshit over in Europe than we have over here, man. I got to tell you. If you believe, okay. Anyway, not going to get into it.
They're
That's
trying to
fine.
go after him
That's
for
fine.
corruption and taking gifts and everything else. Man.
Oh yeah,
No.
BB's
He'll-
going to fall. They're
He'll
going
get away with it.
they're going to toss him under the bus. They want some.
Yeah, I
they
think
want
so
some new
too.
blood.
They're going to throw him under the bus.
He's been in and out of that fucking seat, playing flip flop and what. Yeah, they're done with him. They want some new blood in there.
I suppose so.
Plus, he runs his gob too much, man. The whole standing up there with the bomb on the fucking cardboard. Come on, man.
The bombs.
That's kindergarten. Pay attention, kids. See this line right here?
Shit, still got 7 minutes. Gotta find
Good
something else
Lord,
to do.
that's like eons.
I'm
What the
telling you, man.
hell?
It's just
Okay.
dragging by.
Can I take this time now? Can I take this time to apologise for what I did the other week, please?
No,
If you
Um,
feel
you
you
already
must,
did.
if you feel
No,
you
I want
must,
to apologise in public to everybody who's
Oh.
listening, or anybody who's about to listen. I strongly apologise for what I did. I was out of order, and it's not my character. It's a long story, which I'm not going to go into because we've only got 7 minutes.
Russia hacked his
And,
alcohol.
Yeah, basically it's alcohol because I started drinking at 6 p.m. at night, and it's now 4 a.m. this
Nope.
morning.
Russia hacked that
And
bottle. That's what it was.
I was drinking for a long time, and I was depressed. I've been through a lot of stress, and one thing led to another, and I was out of
10 minutes.
character.
10 minutes.
That doesn't happen with me, okay?
Then you can go
I
on.
can drink alcohol and I can enjoy it, but it hit me wrong, and I was wrong. I was wrong to address you the way I did, and I'm so sorry, Jimmy, and I'm so sorry to everybody who listened to me. Okay,
It's in the past.
but it's in the past for you, but it's not for me. But it's in
Should
the
be
past
now.
for me now. I have apologized in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the past.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Knuckle bump. We're good.
So when are you going to start posting videos on your new YouTube?
Sometime in the spring. Okay.
You're not going to put any pre-stuff up of what you're planning on doing? Sketch it out on a piece of paper and show everybody this is what the garden's going to look like?
well-
and
Yeah, well, I'm planning on making a blog, okay? But I'm building that at the moment. I don't want to use Blogspot. I want to use, my own stuff.
Right.
I want to program it myself, so it's natural, it's different, and it's. I want to build it myself. So see, that's what I like doing: building stuff and creating stuff. I'm a
cool.
creator. I'm a builder. I'm an artist.
You know, it's a
I
lot.
like doing things with my hands and stuff.
It's a lot quicker
Eyes
to
and hands.
vlog to do it video wise. You can.
No, I don't do. The one
I
thing you
hate
won't see is
typing.
me. Okay, you'll see everything I've got, but you will never see me.
You're not going to put your mug on, man. What's the matter?
Nah. I want to save the camera. I need that to make the videos.
Okay.
Okay,
Whatever. Chicken.
I want chicken. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't let Russia hack your alcohol anymore, man. Next time you're drinking, make sure that the seal's tight on it.
I'll make sure it's
They
proper.
fucking get into
vodka.
everything,
Russia.
man. They do. They get into everything. You gotta watch them fucking.
I know, yeah. Pesky Russians and aliens. It was alien mind control. I think personally.
Oh yeah, that could have been it too. Operation Monarch.
Yeah, mind control.
Yeah. Some of that Majestic 12 shit sneaking up your nose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Could have very well been. I appreciate the apology, man. It wasn't necessary. We already talked about it.
No, I am a person of my words, and if I do something wrong, I would like to apologise, and it was out of character for me,
Right.
and it will never happen again. And I was lower than low, and I do that in my own private area. I don't do it online. I don't do it in public, and I did it in public, and that was beyond my, threshold.
Right.
And it really upset me. It set me back a lot, and I'm so sorry.
You'll get past it. I did.
Oh yeah, it's all part of mental health. You see, I drew myself down so low I can't go any lower. Then I've got to get higher, so I'll bring myself back up again. And when I'm at a certain level, I bring myself back down again. And it happens like this all the time, and it's up and down, up and down, up and down. And I do it to myself because I can't keep myself at one level. See, if I do, I get bored with it. It sounds strange, but I do. I get bored with it. And I have to make myself depressed. I have to make myself insecure. I have to make myself bad, because if I don't, I could become something different to something that I shouldn't be.
Right.
Okay, I need to be who I am, and I am who I am, and I'm a good person. I'm a really good person, and if you get to know me, I go out of my way not to help, not to hurt people, but to help people. And when I did what I did, it sincerely and seriously hurt me. Hence,
You just can't hold your liquor. That's the only problem you got, man. You can't hold your liquor.
That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm sitting here
But hey,
thinking,
look.
what the hell's wrong with that?
In all seriousness, man, the only thing, if you want to get high every day,
no, not
play
every
it,
day.
play it,
Once a week, once a month sometimes.
Smoke
I only
weed
drink
every
once a month
day.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's it. So see, I can't drink too much. I have a stomach complaint, so I have to be careful on what I do.
That would have been on time, except there was a fucking ad on the thing, and I had to clear the ad off before I could hit the button.
Anyway,
So,
thank you for the 7 minutes.
hey, not a problem, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your channel. Go over there and subscribe to it and all that good stuff.
And Jimmy, I'm looking forward to be on. I'm looking forward to be on this channel more often.
Well, good.
If you'll accept me.
Yeah, you should be.
Thank you.
So, all right, we're out of time now. It's 10 o'clock, my time. Time to close the show down.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, it's a little late for that. I mean, we're like 2 weeks
It's
into
never
the
too
new year
late.
already. But hey, that's okay. You slipped it in there. Lori, you missed the show. I don't know what happened to you. You didn't text me back. Lance, you missed because you just missed, I guess beer's more important than your job, right?
Oh my God, he just called him out.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
I did. I've done it before. I'll do it
on
again.
the fucking table.
Anyway. Okay.
I mean, that was pretty rude and stuff.
Hey, you know me. That's the way I get. That's me. You guys ought to know that by now. God damn. It's been how long I've been doing this show? For a long time. Shit, it looks like it's raining.
We still on for tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hit you
Okay,
up when I
good.
get up.
All right.
All
Good
right.
deal.
Thanks, Charlie, for coming on. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey man,
David,
dig it.
JR, appreciate you too, man.
Bye,
Everybody.
Jimmy.
Love
Thanks,
peace
Jimmy.
and cookies.
Thanks, JR.
Oh,
Thanks,
did we
Charlie.
wake you up, David? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I get too fucking loud? I apologize. Go back to sleep. Shh, Dave. Lullaby.
And good night.
It's called stress, man.
No, I got you, dude. I got you.
He's been battling bugs all day.
No, I know. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
can see. Yeah, I think I can see Dave now going about with a fag lighter or a cigarette lighter, chasing bedbugs.
Yeah.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey,
Blow.
I got to get my line in before I click off. So
all right.
shut up, everybody. Love, peace, and cookies. See you, everybody.
Good boy.